Hello, I'm Rose. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a little while, but we're here to do my March TBR. That's right, it's March. I've got my trusty TBR jar and we're going to be pulling out 4 prompts and they're going to choose the books I'm reading throughout March. So I have no prompts from you at the moment, though I do think that my friend Harrison sent me one. I need to add that. Sorry, Harrison. I will add it in. But this month we're doing just prompts that I've written. If you want to add a prompt to this jar, pop a comment below and I'll get it added to the jar. And then every month we'll choose one of your prompts too. So, first prompt for the first book of March is, we'll go for the one that fell out. These are my favourite videos to film, by the way. Strong female character. That is perfect because March is International Women's Day. Go and have a look what I can find on my shelves. For strong female character, I have chosen Really Good Actually by Monica Hazy. I've had this book on my shelves for a little while. I've been wanting to get to it. I've heard it's got good female representation. I can't remember what it's about. This is a book I got in a subscription box, which is a feminist subscription box, which makes me think this is going to have a strong female character in it. So Maggie's marriage has ended just 600 days after it started, but she's fine. She's doing really good, actually. Sure, she's alone for the first time in her life, can't afford her rent, and her obscure PhD is going nowhere. But at the age of 29, Maggie is determined to embrace her new status as a surprisingly young divorcee. I'm not going to read any more because that's enough for me. So for strong female character, we've got Really Good Actually. This was doing the rounds last year and got really good reviews. Prompt number 2 for March. We are going with this one. It's kind of from the bottom. We've got Nature. This could be a non-fiction about nature, it could be a book with nature on the cover, or it could be a book set in nature. Let's go and have a look what I can find. These are some really good prompts so far. For set in nature, I've managed to choose one of my anticipated books for this year, and that's Wildwood Whispers by Willow Reese. As you can see, it's got woodland on the cover, it's got wildwood in the title, it's set in the woods. So Mel Smith is heartbroken after the sudden death of her best friend, Sarah. To fulfill a final promise to her, Mel travels to an idyllic small town nestled in the mountains, but Morgan's Gap is more than she ever expected. There are secrets that call to Mel and a salvaged remedy book filled with the magic of simple mountain traditions and the connection she feels to the Ross homestead and the wilderness around it. With every taste of sweet honey and tart blackberries, the wildwood twines further into Mel's broken heart. But a threat lingers in the woods, one that may have something to do with Sarah's untimely death and has now set its sights on Mel. So as you can see, lots of nature-y references in here, and we're looking forward to this. You all know this by now, but I love a book set in the woods. This TBR is amazing, by the way, like so good. I couldn't have got better prompts. Okay, so 2 out of 4 prompts chosen. Prompt number 3. Let's go for this one. And by the way, I'm not putting any prompts that I've already used this year back in the jar, so every time we should get a new prompt. Another good prompt, prompt number 3, is Gifted. Go and have a look at my shelves and see what I'll be reading for Gifted. I could have chosen books that I got for Christmas in 2024, but I decided to be a good Rose and I chose a book that's been on my TBR for so long. It's got to be on there for over 10 years, I'd say. So it's been on my shelves for so long, and I thought now is the moment. It's The Animators by Kayla Ray Whitaker. I got this for Christmas so many years ago. From my dad, and it's been sitting on my shelves, and it's just one of those books that I am like genuinely I'm no less excited to read it. Just it kind of went under the radar for a bit. When I look at my shelves, doesn't like jump out at me. Well, today it jumped out at me, so March is the month that I'm going to be reading The Animators. I realised I've got 3 hardbacks this month, so I don't have to do any long haul travelling, so they're heavy to commute with. So I have no idea what this is about. I can't remember. I know I asked for it a long time ago when I got it, but it's slipped my mind now, and I've not seen anyone talk about it for a long time. So from age 18 on, I had a partner, a kindred spirit. I had a friend, someone bound and determined to keep me from the worst in myself. At a private East Coast college, two young women meet in art class. Sharon, ambitious but lacking confidence, arrives from rural Kentucky. Mel, brash and wildly gifted, brings her own brand of hellfire from the backwaters of Florida. Both outsiders, Sharon and Mel become fervent friends, bonding over their love of classic cartoons, their dysfunctional working-class families, and above all, their craft, drawing. Mel, to understand her I can never say this word, I can't say this. I understand her turmoil. How do you say that word, turmoil, but it's got two us on the end, past that word. And Sharon to lose herself altogether. A decade later, Sharon and Mel are an award-winning animation duo, living and working in Brooklyn and poised on the edge of even greater success after the release of their full-length feature film. But with this success comes self-doubt, and cracks in their relationship start to form. When unexpected tragedy strikes, long-buried resentments rise to the surface, and a reckoning no one sees coming. And then it says, funny and heartbreaking, all in one turn. And prompt number 4, the very last prompt, we have got, sorry if you can hear next door's dog barking. Last prompt for March, we have got another great one for International Women's Day, Bad Women. This could be, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're bad women. It's just women that are going against the grain, or perhaps they're kicking up a fuss, and so we bloody should. Or it could be a woman out for revenge, or, you know, I don't know. We'll have a look at my shelves and we'll see what we'll come up with. So for the prompt, Bad Women or Bad Woman, I have chosen The Sirens by Emily Hart. Let's just appreciate the gorgeousness of this cover, because I am so here for it. Everything about this cover is gorgeous. Here's the front. And then we've also got end papers. It's been a while since I read some mermaid fantasy. Love a bit of mermaid fantasy, but yeah, I haven't read any in a couple of years. So when this came in my subscription box, we'll link the subscription below. It's called The Locked Library. I was super excited. So I've never heard of this book either, so it's the first time I stumbled across it. But it's about Lucy, who's running from what she's done and what someone did to her. And it was that first line about what she's done that made me think, okay, she's running from something she's done. Could that mean that she's like a bad woman, hence meeting the prompt? There's only one person who might understand, her sister Jess. But when Lucy arrives at her sister's desolate clifftop house, Jess is gone. Lucy is now alone in a strange town steeped in rumour. Stories of men disappearing without trace. Could it be a mermaid? Considered bad women. A foundling discovered in a sea-swept cave, and women's voices murmuring on the waves. As Lucy searches for her sister, those voices get even louder. They tell of two sisters 2 centuries ago, bound and transported across the world. A world where men always get their way. A world that is at once distant and achingly familiar. Other voices luring Lucy closer to her sister, or all the secrets of the past pull them both under. I think it sounds fabulous. I'm so excited for it. I've had a mermaid fantasy. The full books I'm reading for March, which is a really lovely TBR, and I think I can actually complete this. We've got The Animators. We've got Wildwood Whispers. We've got Really Good Actually. And I've taken it out of the dust jacket, but we've got The Sirens by Amelia Hart. Super excited. And what are you reading for March? Do pop a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear what you're reading, or if you've got any recommendations based on the books I like, I'd love to add them to my shelves as well. And I don't think you've seen these shelves before. I think I filmed in front of them in one video once. But these behind me are all the books I've read, so that they go up to the ceiling. But so I can't, when I go and look for books, they're all over the house, so I don't take you with me because you get to see the mess that is the rest of the house. So yeah, but I hope you have a lovely day whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you really soon.